Hi, and welcome. Thank you for sharing your light with me today. Today's spiritual crafted vignette is titled, How Can I Gain Higher Level of Spirituality? So, this is like the end of a mini three-part vignette series talking about spirituality in a very basic and hopefully understandable way that kind of connects us all in a greater and collective way. So how do I gain higher levels of spirituality? We talked about what spirituality is and how it's not a religion and how it is a beautiful state of choices of being of choosing light. So let's go right to my slide. So how do I gain that spirituality? Is there a magic formula? How do I work at gaining it? There is no magic. There is no one way. You have to move with your heart. But here are some things to consider where you are. Are you at that? What is it that your spirit needs? Because we are so beautifully, infinitely individualistic in spirit. So what I need, you might not need, and based on your experiences and where you are currently in this lifetime, there's just so much variability. You really just have to open your heart um, and not fear opening your heart. And that is, I always talk about moving to a pearl. So and moving to the pearl is easy, right? I know my truth is under that shell. I know my pearl is in there and it's clamped shut. And so moving there isn't as difficult, but moving to open that truth, that's where that's where strength comes from. That's where trust comes from. Because sometimes truth is not something that will not come without pain, based on what that is. And but I have to always move you to truth is always a beautiful healing opportunity. But it's always your choice. You don't have to open that pearl. You don't have to move towards that pearl. Um, but if you trust with your heart, that pearl will give you peace. So I'm going to start with that trust. So your higher self always has those answers. We all collectively have all this knowledge. And again, my passion is to move spirits to open to that, to find your answers. And that is where a successful and beautiful lifetime and a peaceful lifetime, um, that's where it resides. And remember, the universe just wants to give you what you need. Many humans, I call them three-dimensionals, as just a coinage. They why does this always happen to me? Why do they do? There's many reasons why things occur, and hopefully you'll uncover yours as we move through these vignettes. But the universe really just wants to give you light and love. That is really everything they want to give you. And so always trust that. Even if you're going through a very, very difficult time in your life right now, trust that they want to give you that healing and ask for it. And when I my friends always say, "Oh, weird," and whenever you're saying, "This is so weird, what happened?" or "This is really funny," like I didn't, um, I can almost tell you 99% of the time, it is of spiritual nature. It is your higher self trying to communicate to you three-dimensional. It could be your team. It could be anything of light. And I always say it doesn't matter if it's coming from light. I know it's of good beauty and wonder. So I don't always try and tease it out to see which one it is. So again, when you find yourself saying that word weird or funny, just take a step back and say, is there is there a message here for me, or why did that come? Um, or you can just dismiss it and move it to the corner, and that's perfectly wonderful and beautiful as well. So never feel pushed to do anything. Always just open to what you choose to do. And listen to your body. I always say, tears are diamonds. That's where truth and true feeling is. Um, Healing and because you can't heal something that you don't acknowledge. So sometimes opening that pearl can bring a lot of pain. but you can't move past the pain without opening that pearl. So again, and claiming your truth. So listen to your body when you're saying, I don't know why I'm crying, I'm just crying. There's a reason for that. So tap into that. Open yourself. See why those tears are there. And your blessings, they always find a path. So the spirit world talks not with lips, but they talk with thoughts. So when you're feeling ill or upset with someone, send them a blessing, because the blessings, excuse me, they always find their way. They don't they don't fall on deaf ears. They will work towards that, because energy is never wasted. Energy is always moving. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes. So trust that that moves that way. And secondly, to move into higher spirituality is what you tell your spirit to do, it does. But you can't have ego with it. So strong intent needs to be lighted intent. It really has to be of pureness of light and love. So whenever I'm asking the universe for anything, I always say guidance of pure light and love. So I know that that is the purest of intent, because I whenever I'm asking or claiming or investigating, I know that what gets sent to me is going to be in the highest. Um, it will be the highest of answers. And be true to yourself. I always say when you're making decisions or you're really thinking about things and you've managed to quiet that earth chatter, I call it, and you talk to yourself and you say, it does feel light. Um, trust that. Don't forget that. Don't go back and look back at that again. It was light when you made the decision. Your progress is moving the way it is intended to, for whatever reason it is intended to. Okay, so always look forward and give gratitude and laugh often. Gratitude is the fast track to peace. Thank you, thank you. Even when life is just, you're feeling completely depleted of happiness, find something, because gratitude is always filled with light, and light will always bring you into a better place. And laughing, always embrace laughing. And the spirit world loves to laugh. They are full of humor. They are full of happiness. So laugh often. And you can also conduct your own blessings, your own clearing. A priest is no closer to God than you are. You can do the same. We all have God center in us. No one is closer to God than the next. And so when you're doing clearings in there, we can move in this in another vignette possibly in the future. But again, the moon or the sun, putting whatever you want to bless or clear in the moon or the sun for 3 hours, 3 consecutive hours, saying 3 prayers at each hour. That is when your spirit has intent of good, light, and love. So I thank you. I hope one of these pieces sang to your heart, sang to you that said, I can move there. I want to try that. I want to experience peace, true peace. And so again, thank you so much for letting me share this time with you. You can subscribe below, follow me on social media. I'll see you for my next vignette. Have a blessed day.